For decades, Middle East was being rebuilt by Marshall Plans of West or Road and Belt Initiative of China. But after the recent shock of Israel-US-Iran conflict, the old playbook is dead. The West is seen as party to the conflict, and China as the last resort creditor. In the silence that follows the war, a new architect is stepping in. Not with missiles, not with master plans. Today, we aren't talking about the war, we are talking about the day after. How India is leveraging its neutrality dividend with a $500 billion recovery that the world didn't see coming. Before we move forward, please do consider subscribing to the channel if the subjects of business, finance and economy are of your interest. Knowledgeable viewers know that India is the only G20 nation that has simultaneously maintained the strategic partnership with Israel, a comprehensive economic partnership with UAE, and key infrastructure port in Iran's Chabahar port.
India is engaging on diplomacy on multiple fronts. Foreign Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has spoken with Iranian Foreign Minister Arakchi, as well as ministers of United Arab Emirates, Qatar as well.
This isn't just a diplomacy, it's a business monopoly. While Western firms face political boycotts and security risks, Indian EPC, which is engineering, procurement and construction, like L&T and Tata Projects, are only zero-risk partners. In the year 2025-26, IMEC isn't just a corridor, it's an artery through which Middle Eastern construction will flow. When a nation's physical banks are gone, how do you pay for survival? You don't rebuild 20th century banks, you skip them. India is now exporting its digital public infrastructure. We are seeing early talks of implementing Aadhaar-like digital identities and UPI-based payment rails in conflict-affected regions. Why? Because it is 10x cheaper and 100x faster than traditional banking. For Middle East, India isn't just bringing steel. We are bringing digital operating system of the new economy. Do let me know your views about this on the comments. Let's look at hard data. The Middle East will need at least 50 million tons of steel and over 100 million tons of cement in next decade. Because of our proximity and Bharat-UAE CEPA, Indian MSMEs have about 15% of cost advantage over European exporters. We are already seeing about 20% surge in reconstruction tenders being quietly discussed in GIFT City. This is a gold rush for Indian MSMEs, moving from domestic player to a regional reconstruction giant. What do you think about this aspect? Do let me know in the comments. But we must be careful. You and me already know that reconstruction in war-torn zones are high-risk game. From payment defaults to sovereignty concerns, India must walk the tightrope. Now, are we becoming a subcontinent superpower? Or are we stretching ourselves beyond our limits? Do let me know your views in the comments. The Middle East is being rebuilt, and for the first time in 200 years, the blueprints aren't being drawn in London or Washington. They are being drawn in New Delhi. This is India's master plan. Now the question for my knowledgeable viewers: should India prioritize digital exports or physical infrastructure to ensure long-term influence in Gulf? Do mention your views in the comments so that we can have a very healthy debate about India's master plan to reconstruct Middle East after Israel-US-Iran war. If you have liked the content of the video, please do like it and subscribe to the channel. And definitely share with some others who may need to know. Be inspired, keep building.